magical powers that were acquired when it leapt through a rainbow. The boy was so enthralled he couldn't open the doors of the royal treasury fast enough. I caught him just as he was about to hand over a sack of gold coins, an entire month's worth of his allowance, to the confidence man. I ran the traveller out of the castle and all the way out of the kingdom. Maurice sulked for days afterward. If my son doesn't get a dose of reality soon, he'll be eaten alive when he becomes king. So I've decided to take him down to the tavern, where he can meet real people and hear real adventures. That'll cure him of that fairy tale nonsense before it sets in too deeply. I'm no stranger to nonsense, having done plenty of it over the course of my own life, but at least I know the difference. I enter the boy's bedchamber, sighing at the pastel window coverings, tapestries, embroidered dragons, stuffed unicorns. He looks up from a piece of parchment, and I see he is scribing the answers to one of those newly invented brain-teaser crossword puzzles. Maurice enjoys the puzzles, though I find them frustrating, due to the lack of standardized spelling across the land. Smiling, I hold up the 2 ragged cloaks I've brought with me. "Time to go, son. You'll enjoy this, I promise." He wasn't enthusiastic when I first made the suggestion, and he doesn't seem enthusiastic about it now. "Mother says it's foolishness." "The Queen and I come from different worlds," I say. "I want you to learn new things, broaden your base of experience." "Will it make me a better king?" He seems hopeful. I think of Reeger and the seedy crowd at the Scabby Wench, the noise, the smells, the bawdy jokes. Getting out among real people will make you a better leader. A prince is a prince, but you need to be a person too. Besides, we'll have a good time, you and me. You and I. I may be King Cullin the Dragon Slayer, but I fear my son will be known as King Maurice Who Speaks with Proper Grammar. I hand him one of the cloaks, a startling contrast to the fine peach and mauve silks he wears. He runs fingers along the fabric, mid-grade burlap dyed with lamp-black. "What's wrong with the clothes I have on?" he asks. "They look like a prince's clothes, and that defeats the purpose. We're going incognito." "Couldn't I go incognito as a travelling prince?" I don my cloak. "You need to get into the spirit of this adventure." Maurice struggles into the cloak. I offer him a dried apricot from a pouch I keep with me, but he says he isn't hungry. Nervous, I think. We leave the prince's chambers and walk past the coats of arms of local noble families. A blank spot on the stone wall shows where we recently took down the banner of Sir Vincent, now indelibly known as Sir Vincent the Ineffective, because of his habit of falling off his horse during jousting matches, even before an opponent's lance struck him. I told Vincent that he can hang his brown-on-brown coat of arms in the castle hall again as soon as he earns back his honour. When Vincent asked how he could do that, I gave him Prince Maurice's signed and numbered limited edition of poems and dispatched him on a quest to have the fairy prince personalise the volume. This quest serves 2 purposes. It will keep Sir Vincent out of my hair for months or years to come, and it will keep the silly poems away from Maurice. Now, as night falls, the town stirs. People close up shops, light lanterns, serve meals. The Queen has her own dinner delivered to her private rooms, salad, cottage cheese, and dried apricots. She likes to eat healthy, and she's watching her waistline. When she hears us creeping past, well, I am creeping while Maurice shuffles along, she calls out, "Don't let any harm come to my boy, Cullin." "I wouldn't dream of it, dear. I'll keep him safe." "And no more than 2 tankards of ale, you hear?" "The boy's only 13, dear. I'll limit him to 1. "I don't like ale," Maurice says. "I'd rather have cider." "I was talking about you, husband. And don't go filling the boy's head with silly tales." "My dear, I am trying to empty his head of silly tales. He needs to learn how the world works." "Oh, you and your old comrades," the Queen calls. "Tricks and confidence schemes." I hurry the boy down the hall. Like I said, the way the world works. As I think of her sitting alone in her tower room, I call back, "Stay safe. Don't let any dragon..."